So every good video starts off with, oh, this opinion might get me in some hot shit, but this opinion might get me in some hot shit. So just to paint a picture here, poker is a lot like real life. If you've ever played poker, it's a fantastic game to discover who's a cheating bastard, who has terrible bad luck, and who is just kissed by God that luck just shines down upon them. And there's only really those three categories in poker, or maybe a fourth, who's a bullshitter, because bluffing is a big thing of poker. But really, all of life's in poker. And people right now are like comparatively in the great poker game of life being dealt good hands. In comparative me to other people, maybe it looks like I'm being dealt good hands, but frequently double aces keep popping up. Which, of course, if you don't know, double aces is basically the lowest fucking hand you could be dealt, lower than pair of twos. But that's why shit hasn't been uploaded here. I've been trying to cobble together my own like bullshit and just trying to survive work, really. But this is where we segue into my kind of like controversial opinion. I've been watching a lot of Kiwi tapes and Smoky MCC and these people who cover lolcows, and everyone has a right to opinion. Everyone has a right to cover whatever content they want. But there is this thing with lolcows that I kind of compare myself to, unfortunately. You know, some of these people are dealt some pretty shitty fucking hands. Let's be fair. God just thought it'd be funny. I mean, if you look at Cyrax, if you know what that guy looks like a goblin man. I know sometimes I say I look like a goblin, but there's just other people who maybe they, autistic, Christian, and a lot of these people's actions and own personal choices lead them to the scenarios they're in. But let's be real here. God like gave them a shitty fucking hand to play in the poker game of life. And these people who constantly cover and shit on these people, like every fucking video, you do have to question at some point, what's the point of kicking a man when he's down, when he's fucked up so bad? You see, and that's one thing why I'm relating this to poker, is because usually you can be a decent, upstanding person, but if you're just being dealt a shitty hand after hand after hand, and you're watching your chips diminish and some like other players like win your chips and your fucking money, you sit there and it's like basically the only reason why you're losing for the most part, regardless of personal actions or not, is because God originally gave you a shitty hand. And, me as a first world person, I certainly can't bitch too much, compared to the other god awful hands people are being dealt in Africa and Ukraine and Russia right now with, Russians being forced to conscript into bullshit and Ukrainians just being corrupt, dirty bastards. And those poor unfortunate people being thrown into a meat grinder. Certainly there's bad hands, worse hands to be had. But to get back on track, some of these old cow, it just, I don't see the point of kicking someone while they're down. It's kind of like stepping on dog shit at this point. And when I seen with Kiwi tapes and Smoky MCC, it gets to the point where it's like, holy shit, man, we get it. These people are like abhorrent dipshits and mentally handicapped and, dare I say, regarded. But it's like, yeah, we can see that. And they rehash the same shit over and over about these same like people. And if that's the one thing that's my big contention, even with like this negative nation, negs, haters, anti-haters things, is both camps, and I've said this before so many times, are really mentally fucking ill. And even with this current situation and what Negs and DC Media Girl are doing with doxing and having doxing and bounty hit lists for doxing and information, which is fucking sad. These people talk a lot of shit, and they have their fair hand of like just doing stuff too. But even with those two schmucks, I don't want to see them destroyed. you know, yeah, you could cover them over and over, and you could step on that same turd, but I don't want to come off sounding self-righteous, but that's why I haven't really, touched on it much, because, I realize about myself that, I'm one of these people that's kind of been dealt a bad hand rather repeatedly recently, or maybe since it's the beginning, but I just can't kick a person while they're down, regardless of like what they're up to and what shit they're like what's going on. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. And I can't imagine being that much of a merciless prick. I just can't. And I know some of these locals and other people do deserve the shit they're getting, but it's since I don't know. Recently with shit going on, I'm just questioning stuff in general. Anyway, that's it.